Good evening, my name is Jamie Lee Sprague-Ballou. Making this video tonight, which is a video I do not enjoy making, but I do much where I don't know how else to get the word out. And I'm talking about the transgender deaths that have been occurring just since the beginning of this year in 2015. In front of me I have a list of 21 names. 19 of them are here in the US, and 19 of them are trans-identified individuals of color and women of color. And I don't know, I'm just kind of dumbfounded how to get the word out anymore. But I can't sit and I can't be silent about this, because this has been a project taken on since November 20th of 2006, speaking out and remembering transgender people who have been murdered in through hate crimes. At the end of the video, I will tack on footage of the wall I have constructed, which shows the victims since 1970 until the last victim from last year, who was on November 20th, which was Gizzy Fowler. So that's the last victim I currently have on the wall until I get all the names from this year. Then I will put that on the wall. My ultimate goal would be that there is no victims on the wall and that I can stop construction of the wall. And so I don't know how else to get the word out. I don't know how else to stop the violence against our community other than by keep sharing and pleading. I don't know. Maybe other people will help become outraged too and will stand with me, with my community, to stop the violence against our community. So let me read the names here that I have in front of me currently. And I know there are more names than that, because this is just what we have here in the US too, that I said in Canada. I know places we're also being killed. But here's the names that I have presently in front of me right now. And you know, I'm hoping what I have is correct. I'm sorry for any wrong pronunciation of the names, but I am doing my best to get it. On January 9th, with the death of Pappy Edwards of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Louisville, Kentucky, who died of a single bullet wound to the Henry. Richard Gleaves was arrested for Pappy's murder and is being held on a $500,000. The Advocate, among other media sources, originally reported that Pappy Edwards was identified as a gay man answering to Lamar and or goddesses, who likely participated in drag. It has since been confirmed by others close by various sources that Edwards identified as a female. Folk, Virginia, was found with life-threatening gunshot wounds on the morning of January 17th. She was taken to Santero Norfolk General Hospital, where she was underword of type from 3 gunshot wounds the morning of January 26th. Her roommate feels she may have been targeted by the wound. Hernandez, age 17, was shot in the head by the Denver, Colorado Police Department, who assumed that the vehicle that Jesse Hernandez was driving was stolen. So that was on Monday, January 6th. So it was better to shoot questions later from the dead victim. Yazmin Vash Payne of Van Nuys, California, was found stabbed and burned to death in her apartment on January. The following day, her boyfriend confessed to police. Jesus was stabbed to death in San Francisco, California on February 3rd, 2015. She was only 36 years old. Out of New Orleans, was Bailey shot multiple times on February 10th. Bree Gold of Arkin, Ohio, was her very own father, Kevin Gold, 13, 2015. 22 years old. And they are charging a felony domestic violence. So it will probably not even be considered a hate crime. Kristina Gomes, Rhine, Florida, was found dead in her apartment on February 15th. She was 46 years old. The case was initially considered a suicide, but on February 19th, that police are now treating it as a homicide. Saya of Toronto, Canada, was found dead on February 22nd. She was 26 years old. Kisha Blige, a 33-year-old from Montgomery, Illinois, was killed March 7, 2015. Blige was shot while driving and crashed while attempting to drive herself to the hospital. Police declined to comment on the motive for the shooting, but described it as not random. Though she had performed for many years under the name Blige, just started transitioning in January of 2015. Stife's mother said though her child had begun taking hormones in January, already she noticed a glow to her skin. Blige was reported as male in the news. Go figure. Vanessa Santillan, a 33-year-old from Miami, Florida, was fatally beaten on the head and neck in an apartment in Fulham, London, England, on March 28th, after responding to a neighbor's phone call. Maya Hall, a 27-year-old transgender sex worker from Baltimore, Maryland, was killed by police on Monday, March 30th, after taking a wrong turn in a stolen SUV and crashing into a security post on National Security's Agency's campus. Police assumed that the accident was a terrorist attack and immediately opened fire on Hall and her companion, Brittany Fleming. Age 20, Fleming survived. Again, better to shoot and ask questions later. London Chanel, a 21-year-old, died May 18th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, after being fatally stabbed in the back and neck by Raheem Felton, who was the boyfriend of one of her roommates. Mercedes Williamson, a 17-year-old from Alabama, was killed in George County, Mississippi by Josh Vallum. Her body was found June 2nd after Vallum told his father about the murder. India Clark, 25 years old, was found dead in a Tampa, Florida park on July 21st. She died due to a blunt force trauma, and her death is being investigated as a murder. Casey Haggard, 66 years old, stabbed in the neck from a vehicle in Fresno, California on July 23rd. Stabbed her as they were driving by. Amber Monroe, 20 years old, shot in Detroit, Michigan on August the 8th. This was her third time being shot, but her fear of the police kept her from reporting other times. Shade Schuler, 22-year-old woman of color, found in the field of Dallas, Texas on July 29th. There are no leads on the murder, as Miss Shade's body was so badly decomposed when found that it took 2 weeks to identify her. Alicia Walker's body was found in a shallow grave in Johnston County, North Carolina on August 15th. She had been reported missing a year before. And the last, Tamara Dominguez, age 36, of Kansas City, Montana, was run over by an SUV truck multiple times on August 15th at 3 a.m. local time. So like I said, this is just some of the deaths this year here in the US and the ones that have been reported. I know there are more than this globally, worldwide. I am pleading, I'm begging. Will you stand with my community and help us get the word out that we need to stop this violence. And I like to even call the conservative Christians who love us. If you claim to be a Christian, because I certainly claim to be a Christian, but I do not go out and use the Bible as a weapon to attack people. I use it as a shield to defend my community. So I'm asking you conservative Christians out there, if you have any feelings in your heart, you know what is wrong. You know killing us is wrong. And every time you preach against us, you are killing us in the churches. You are sending the message out that it is okay to kill us when you preach messages of hatred behind your pulpits in the churches. I'm talking to every conservative Christian that hears this voice and will sit and listen to this video, because if you are that Christian, you stand with us for one moment and stop this violence. This is not what Jesus wanted. This is not what Jesus asked you to go out and preach on the street, that we are an abomination and kill us. Stand with me. Help me stop the violence. I don't care at this moment if you don't agree with that God didn't make me this way. I don't care. The issue at hand at this very is the deaths that's occurring in my community against my people, whether they are white, whether they're black, we are Hispanic. I don't know how else to get the word out. I need help to get this word out, get this message out. No one is less than. I'm going to share with you now the video of the wall that I built. If you take a look at this wall and you see, just realize that these are victims from 1970, all the names that I have on this wall. Will you help me stop putting them on this wall? Will you help me end to transgender violence, the persecution that we're going through? Please. That's who you are. Stand with me. Thank you.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, November the 20th, and we are here in Las Vegas at the LGBTQ Center in Las Vegas, and we are having our second day of the Las Vegas Trans Pride. So this morning, for our events, we have our wall set up, the Day of Remembrance wall, and we call this day our Transgender Day of Awareness Day. So we have the wall set up in one room here, and then we have films in the other room back there. But let me take you in to show you the wall. This is the wall that we have built over a 5-year period, and it goes back to 1970 and up until today's current victim. And currently the last victim on our wall is Gizzy Fowler. And this is someone observing the names on the wall. So we'll get people to come in here and we'll observe, they can pray, meditate, or whatever they want to do in here. And they can light a candle also.